Billy is one of the best things to ever come out of Zenless, from his seemingly Dante and Deadpool-inspired design to his cartoonishly overzealous personality that's translated perfectly by his over-the-top animations. Whenever Billy is on screen, you're in for heaps of energy, and it's this energy that has always made him a standout amongst the roster. But that never really translated to his gameplay, not for me at least. See, I'm one of the players who got into the game right before the start of Season 2, so even at my earliest stages, I was very familiar with the more flashy characters like Miyabi, 𝐅𝐢𝐲𝐻, Harumasa, Evelyn, or even Hugo. When I got to a point in the game where I wasn't essentially forced to use Billy, I never did again. However, that never stopped me from loving his personality or his place in the story. And ever since the announcement of Starlight Billy, I've grown to adore this man even more. So much so that for the first time since I started playing over a year ago, I built up my A-rank Billy. And naturally I don't want all those resources to be wasted, so today we're taking my A-rank Billy into the big boy content. Can I beat Task Force Investigation Ether level 15 with Billy as my main DPS? Disclaimer, much like with the last challenge video, I know the general answer is yes. With the right build, necessary amount of skill, or just some really good luck on boss and Resonium RNG, this is not an impossible task. So this video isn't to question whether it can be done, rather it's to see if I can do it with my own level of skill. Mind you, I do not play Billy, I have not played Billy once the game stopped forcing me to, nor have I watched any guides on the best way to play Billy. So in short, my gameplay will probably piss off you hardcore Billy fans, and I am sorry. If you enjoyed what you see today, please consider liking the video and leaving a comment, as that really helps against the algorithm overlords. And subscribe for more content like this in the future. You'd also be helping me reach my personal goal of 2,000 subs, and I would greatly appreciate that. The rules for this challenge are a little more straightforward than my last Zenless challenge video. Before I gave myself the added challenge of not reviving and not refreshing Resonium options, I'm throwing both of those rules away for this one. Having to use Billy with little to no experience is more than enough, I'd say. So today our only challenge is to beat TFI at Ether level 15 with Billy as the main DPS. And unlike last time, I've remembered to turn off power adaptation, so the results will be my authentic Billy. Now without further ado, let's get into it. For this challenge, since it's not faction oriented, we can actually make a solid premium team. And for the record, yes, I did consider doing a cutting hairs only run, but it was quite literally impossible for my account. For the etheric trial, we're grabbing immovable mountains, since I usually try not to get hit anyway. For our starting gear, I was a little torn on this one. I considered grabbing one for Dylan, since I will be relying heavily on her stun, so I can dump as much damage as possible. But those stun opportunities won't mean a damn thing if I can't do decent damage with Billy. So I went ahead and got his instead, more specifically the Execution Order. And for Bang Boo Assist, Healing Sachet, of course, you knew this. Now for brevity's sake, I'll only highlight important encounters from this point onward. We'll be taking this path, and these are the Resonium we get along the way. We didn't really come across any noteworthy hurdles. The only real struggle throughout the first floor was just how long it took to kill some of these enemies, which did fill me with dread, because if these regular enemies are so tanky, how can I possibly beat the bosses? Well, it's time to find out. Going into this, I didn't have any bosses I wanted to face in particular. I just definitely don't want to fight Doppelganger Jane. Genuinely, what the hell are the odds of that? Look, I know this boss is weak to physical, so technically this could be seen as a best case scenario. However, fuck this boss. This is my least favorite opponent in the entire game, and now I have to fight it with my inexperienced Billy, miasma shield, and no indicators thanks to Ether level 15. My only strategy was to try and maximize all invincibility frame opportunities. I fully expected at least one of my characters to die here, so I was very glad I didn't opt for a deathless run like last time, solely to ease some of this tension. Now, just as my nerves were getting the better of me, this happened.
The verdict is unforgivable! Forward, turn around! Smash them!
Starlight, shine bright!
Got one for the flank!
Don't worry, everyone will get their share! What are you waiting for, to catch a bullet? Don't worry, everyone will get their share! Stand still! It's showtime!
One for complaints.
No, your eyes are not deceiving you, and this was not cut for the video. I really beat 𝐞𝐥𝐬𝐞𝐫 on my first try despite it all. If you want to see the full unedited run for verification, I'll have a link to the unlisted video in the description. We take a moment to catch our breath, grab some more Resonium, and head on out. I won't lie, beating Jane in one attempt had me a little pumped. I felt unstoppable, like the hardest part of this challenge was already done. Let's ignore that. Here's our path for floor 2. These are the Resoniums we grabbed. And now it's time for the next boss. Like before, I didn't have any boss I wanted it to be, but I knew I didn't want it to be the Marionette or Pompey. And to my delight, our good pal Dead End Butcher blesses us yet again. What a coincidence that this guy is our second boss 2 challenge videos in a row. Unfortunately, my Billy isn't as cracked as my 𝐅𝐢𝐧𝐝, so this will take a little bit more effort, but shouldn't be anything I can't handle. Yeah, no, I don't even have a joke for this. Somehow Dead End Butcher gave me more trouble than Jane. It's like I used every ounce of lock-in potential on her, and now all that's left is the second worst Zenless player known to man, cause what the hell? Even my successful attempt was very sloppy. Whatever skills I had at the start seemed to just vanish entirely.
Customer service, hello? This is the end for you! One for complaints.
Starlight, shine bright! It's my turn! Feel the power! Starlight, shine bright!
Forward! Turn around! Right! Smash them! Smash them! Smash them!
It's showtime!
Despite the post-Jane clarity hitting like a truck, we made it way further than I anticipated, honestly. Before going into this, I was sure I wouldn't make it past floor 1, but here we are. This is our final path, and it's pretty smooth sailing from here. Now all that's left is to face the final boss. For obvious reasons, I go with Primordial Nightmare. This boss was basically designed with a physical attacker in mind. If 𝐷 can do it,
I should be able to do it too. Don't worry, everyone will get their share! In my sights! Starlight, never die!
dude, do you see how little damage I'm doing? I thought the hardest part of this would be dodging her attack, since admittedly I'm not good at it without indicators. I typically just rely on 𝐷 invincibility frames, a luxury Billy doesn't have. But now it's clear, even if I dodged or parried everything perfectly, if I don't maximize my damage opportunities, there's no way I'm beating this. My only shot is to tap into whatever hidden potential I unlocked back when I fought Jane. Which was easier said than done. But I didn't come this far to lose. 𝐷 is right around the corner, and damn it, I will do right by his name. And there we have it, folks. The final boss was slain, in less attempts than Dead End Butcher at that. So yes, I can beat Task Force Investigation Ether level 15 with Billy as my main DPS. And for those who like this sort of thing, here's the build. I didn't forget this time. Well, partially, because I did forget to show Dialin and Astra's builds, but they are far less important to the core of this video. I think it's safe to say this challenge was way harder than the last one, mainly due to skill issues if I'm being honest. I'm sure a better Billy player has done this many times over with infinitely less struggling. But at the end of the day, I had fun, and now I have a lot more appreciation for A-Rank Billy. So with all that said, thank you guys for watching as always, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week.